Morning, lovely yogis. Just joining me on your mats where you're comfortable, seated or lying down. And just being very aware today of anything that you need to be very careful of physically. If something doesn't feel right, even if you're used to doing it in the past, then just ease out of it, even completely come out of the pose and choose something else that you know that you can do and that you enjoy and will benefit you. I don't mind. I'm just here to guide you, but you know your body so much more. So a fairly gentle class today, nothing too intense, giving us that sort of space sometimes to become more mindful and focus on the breath. So just have a moment to root yourself down, taking those energies through the tailbone, feet, however you like to visualize it. And just explore how you feel in this moment. What emotion is floating around in you right now? Because emotions and feelings do shift from one moment to the next. Often with our thoughts. So shifting our thoughts can shift how we feel. And if we're ever in that negative state, which we all do, and you want to shift out of it, and you know that you're consciously in it, just thinking of something that you're grateful for, or more than one thing, will always shift your energy. So there might be something that we're not very happy with, but there are probably many, many things that we are. So when you're ready, if you're lying down, just hug the knees in for a moment. Have a little rock. If you're already seated, then that's great. We're going to come up for some meditation and mindfulness. We'll do mindfulness of breath today. I often find that this one is very relaxing, but it also is one of the ones that really keeps us kind of focused on the practice. Sometimes when we just follow our breath, the mind will really start to wander. So counting the breath and changing from the exhale to the inhale really kind of sets our mind out on a certain sort of point and focus. So it's about 5 minutes, this practice, but I'll time it anyway. First part, we count the exhale 1 to 10, then the inhale, then we stop the counting, and then we really tune into the breath. So relaxing. Join me with your eyes closed. Dhyana Mudra. Let yourself be comfortable, and let's just begin. So counting the exhale 1 to 10. No need to rush this, really take the whole length of the breath. And after 10, just switch to counting the inhale. And really trying to stay with the whole breath. After 10, just relaxing the counting. But stay focused on the breath as much as you can. And then just really focusing on the whole feel of the breath in the body. The cool in breath and the warm out breath. All the muscles that move around your ribs and chest. And then very gently, let's just take one more breath. Coming back. How did that feel? Were you present? Was the mind starting to drift? Just noticing. Okay. So just popping cushions aside, and then we're going to take a nice gentle dragonfly. So a lovely stretch, taking the legs out wide. If you need anything under knees, or if you want to pop anything under sort of just the edge of your buttocks, you can do. And sometimes not even taking the legs as wide as you feel that they can go, just to a comfortable position where you can enjoy the feeling of the stretch. And then we'll gently just soften, relax your feet, try not to have any tension around your ankles. And just beginning to notice gentle pull on the inner leg. Being observant of any hip or lower back issues and leaning into the pose only as much as you wish. As you take your first few deep breaths into this pose, maybe you can really start to feel your upper body relax and the shoulders and the arms. And then you can explore the head and the neck. Notice if your breath wants to go to the chest. Seeing you can deepen it to the belly first. Lovely for your liver, kidney. And just keep listening to your body. Do you like the pose today? If you do feel sensation, is it more your left or your right? And then just seeing if there's any movement for coming further into the pose. Keep relaxing around the knees and the thighs and the feet. Belly breathing. Just checking in with whether you want to explore the threshold, push further into the pose, or whether you're fine where you are. Let's take one more breath, gently lifting up and enjoying that release as we come up slowly. And then lying on your back. Take your time to move. It's really lovely feeling all the juiciness in your body after a nice pose. So you might feel it in your lower back where we've come forward. Just have a little moment, maybe wag your tail. Just sort of wiggle your hips up and down. Just find a nice resting neutral spine. And then bringing that awareness back to the breath, maybe a few deep breaths through the body. And just following the tension that you might still hold through your back. Gradually noticing how long it takes to feel safe enough to relax completely. Noticing how tight you might feel. As you relax your chin down, maybe you feel that knock-on effect through the neck and then the upper back. And there's another level of just letting go. Okay, so let's bring the right knee in and then the left knee. We're going to come up into seal. So counter pose, coming onto the belly. Enjoy a lovely hug in here if you want to bring the head up. Lovely stretch through your back. And then rolling up. So meeting yourself where you are today, not where you think you are. If you need to come quite low into this pose, then you can do. I'm going to use a pillow because my back's a little tender. And it just sort of supports the lower ribs and the bust. You don't have to do this. It's just something that supports me and actually will support you if you just, if it, you know, notice it feels better here. You can use a block for your forehead. Sometimes it's nice not to, or have it on the lower level so you can bring the head down. Choose where you want to be. As long as you're feeling a very nice, gentle stretch in your lower back, nothing that's painful, but it's okay to explore a sort of a sensation that may challenge you a bit. And relax those buttocks and your legs. And with this pose, you can quite easily direct your breath to your belly. You can feel the lower back lift up. It feels like you're actually just directing the breath into this lower back, lower belly region. Keep noticing if your legs tense up now and then. Just thinking about if you enjoy the pose. Sometimes it's nice to really kind of acknowledge how it feels in the pose, even if you don't like it, and then how it feels afterwards. Keep checking in through your buttocks and thighs. Quite often the legs will tense up without us realising. If you want to explore coming a little higher, if you've taken your elbows wide and you just want to bring them in a bit, just to explore the stretch more, you can do. Really lovely pose for your urinary bladder. Just witness your thoughts in this moment. Can you even catch your thoughts? Sometimes we're thinking and we don't even know what we're thinking when we start to become conscious. So one more breath, just see where there's tension. Let's gently come out. If you've used your cushion, keep it handy. We're going to come into bench next. Take your time as you come out of this pose, really moving slowly, being aware especially of the lower spine. And relax. Taking your arms a comfortable way away from your body. What's going on? Is there a lot of sensation in the lower back? Gently rock the pelvis if you need to. And again, wag the tail if that feels nice. Deep breathing. And still kind of intentionally take the breath down to the lower back and belly. And then bring the knees in. Take some time here. Sometimes this actually feels a little bit more relieving, just to either have the knees further away from the body or hugged in towards the chest more. Let's just take a little bit of time here to rock and become aware of the lower spine. I can still feel a little bit of my sciatica, so it's funny when something is, when you're very aware of something in the body, allows you to often compare sides if you're feeling something down one side and not the other. So just noticing if you've got anything going on in your own body. Okay, lovelies, let's just roll up. Have your pillow. Taking it behind you, a few inches away from your body. And then coming back down, lovely gentle pose, working more with the thoracic part of the back than the lumbar. We've come into lumbar with the seal, so let's target the upper part. Support your neck if you need to. You might find that you're just comfortable where you are, but if you need a little small rolled towel under the neck, make sure you feel as comfortable as you can. And then if you've got the space, you can take your arms out wide or just sort of further away from the body. This opens up our chest a little more. And breathing deeply. This is such a restful, supportive pose, but still you might find that you're holding tension in your body. Just look where it is. Trying to relax the lower back and buttocks. And a nice pose here for being able to breathe easily to the belly and move up into the chest. Trying to relax your face. Notice if you can relax your jaw a little more, the sides of your head and your ears. Is there tension in your neck and shoulders? Notice your thoughts, feelings. What's coming up in this posture? Does it feel good to be supported this way? Do you need more support in your life like this? And this is sort of really targeted at emotional support, perhaps more than materialistic or financial support. Working with this upper part of the body and the chakras. Very stimulating through your throat energy too. Vishuddhi. I'd like to take 3 more breaths here, but with that, just really notice if you're still holding tension somewhere. And then when you're ready, gently lifting your head up. Lifting enough to pull the cushion away and then come down. Nice deep breath, enjoy. How does your backs and spine feel now that we've been through 2 poses for lower back and upper back? I know which one I prefer. So relaxing legs, let your buttocks soften. And then when you're ready, let's bring our knees in, one at a time. Always do this because it does support your lower back, just moving one leg at a time. And we bring the right one in because it follows the line of the ascending colon first. So just have a lovely rock. Ease out anything you're feeling. And then we're going to come into banana. So we've come forwards and backwards. We're going to come into a lovely side stretch here. So with hips, this does affect hips, so being very gentle here, not moving too much into this posture. You could literally just choose maybe to move your shoulders to one side and keep your legs central. So just explore and experiment and choose. Those of you that are happy, we can bring our feet over to the right foot over the left, and then gently shifting the shoulders to the right. So we're meeting yourself where you are. If you've got a bit of sciatica, if there is hip pain or anything through the side of the waist, and just being very soft in this posture today. And enjoy the breath. It's a gentle pose, but a lovely posture for your gallbladder, the size of your waist. And because we do both sides, we're stimulating Ida, feminine energy, on the left. Relax your lower back, checking in with the sides of your waist and your buttocks. And also noticing the upper body, if you can relax a bit more through the back of your neck and your shoulders. Softening your face. Enjoying the full deep breaths into the belly, up into the chest. Keep noticing if even the smallest amount of tension creeps back into the lower back and buttocks area, pelvis area. And enjoy how the breath moves in this position, depending how far you're leaning into this twist in the upper body. Just exploring where you feel the breath move more in your body. Perhaps it feels like it does expand into the left side more. Like the left lung is freer to move. So let's take a breath. Very gradually, just lifting your upper body back to center, uncrossing your legs, and again, finding Shavasana, neutral pose. And again, just maybe rocking the pelvis, wag the tail, find your neutral spine. And it always amazes me the sensations that you might feel after that very gentle movement to one side. So checking in with the temperature on the inner thighs, the inner knees, what you might feel through the sides of your body. And then we're going to draw the knees in before we come into the other side. Just have a moment to relieve anything through your back. Have a nice rock. Take your time here if you need to. Just massage and ease out anything. There's no rush. And then when you're ready, bringing your legs back down, coming over to the left side now. Again, if you just prefer to move your upper body to the left, you can, and leave your legs central, or bringing them left and then left foot over right ankle. Shuffling the upper body left, only as far as you want to go today. Listen to your body. You know that if you move too far and there's a real twinge or a gentle pain, then come back out. Soften it. It's always nice if you do have any little aches and pains in the body when you come into a pose and that you find it really relieves it. So that's always a positive. Breathing, belly to chest. Try and relax the muscles around your waist. Notice if your breath is deep or shallow. Maybe as you become quite conscious and aware of the breath, you may naturally deepen it, and then feeling it a lot more through your right side. The right lung feels like it opens more. And of course now we're stimulating Pingala, the masculine aspects of ourselves. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Relaxing your hands and wrists. Sometimes even the parts we don't really think about might be holding tension in your fingers, your thumbs. So following your breath. Relaxing shoulders and neck. Just keep rotating your awareness around your body, just in case your buttocks tense up or your lower back. And how does this side compare with the other side? Do you have a preference? So let's take one more breath here. Gently finding your way back to a neutral spine. And again, just have a very gentle movement to find that neutral spine. And then we can settle for a few moments. What do you notice? Where do you notice it? Does anything feel better or worse? And just checking in with any temperature change that you notice through your body. Conscious breaths. And then if you do want to draw your knees in, please do, right one, left one. Have a very lovely moment here rocking. And just getting in touch with your body, releasing anything through the back. Often we rock from side to side, but you can sort of take your knees towards the chest and further away and rock along your spine. That feels nice sometimes. And then finally, a pose that most of us love. We're going to come into waterfall. So with your cushion, hopefully you've got it handy still. We're going to just lift our bottoms, wedge it underneath. It keeps us nice and secure, and also has that little bit of a tilt so that we don't have to keep the legs upright and vertical. They can sort of just lean ever so gently towards us. So let's just relax here. You can put a blanket over your feet if you wish, or across your body, whatever you enjoy most of with this pose. Let's let all the fluid that sometimes builds up in our legs drain back. This is very restful for the heart. And maybe you can just close your eyes here and just enjoy tuning in to whatever you feel. Notice the emotions that you get through the different poses that we work through as well. You might find some poses bring up irritation or frustration, and then other poses just allow you to really kind of melt and soften and feel quite cozy. So allowing the breath to be lovely and gentle, but be aware of bringing it to the belly. Just check in every now and then whether you're tensing up through your neck. And as you breathe consciously to your belly, feeling the belly rise like a balloon. On the inhale, you can feel like you're charging your battery. The solar plexus is an area of the body which holds a lot of our energy, like an internal Duracell battery. So breathing to belly, into solar plexus. Let yourself charge up for the day ahead. You can almost imagine yourself plugging yourself in to the universal life force of energy that surrounds us at all times. Consciously aware of not just breathing in oxygen, but breathing in prana, life force, chi, whatever you like to call it. How do you feel? If at any moment you want to lower your legs, you can do. Notice if you have a little shake or a quiver. And then when you're ready, we'll just bend our knees now and lower the legs down. Take your time, and then you can gently pull that cushion away. Find Shavasana again, just for a few moments, just to kind of feel the after effects of that pose. Before we relax, just observe your body. Notice your mind, whether you're really quite settled and quiet and very peaceful within. So relaxing your legs, just notice if there's a little bit more that you can soften. Perhaps the feet roll out and you relax more through the hips and buttocks. And then gently, when you're ready, choosing where you want to be for relaxation. Hug the knees in for a moment if you want to. A gentle rock, and either coming up seated or coming back into lying position. And it's a bit chilly today, so I think warm blankets, definitely. It's an act of self-love to get yourself warm and cozy and give yourself this time. We're so programmed throughout life to be getting on with 101 things. Even if not at that moment, there's always a to-do list of something that long. And I think moments of self-care should definitely be at the top of a to-do list. So just relaxing wherever you are most comfortable. And this lovely little book, sometimes I just open it at a certain page and it has something lovely to lovely bit of wisdom to share. And so this little passage by Maria Garcia, whoever she is called This Too Shall Pass. Yoga has allowed me to slow down mentally. I was always rushing. My mind was always someplace else, and I was missing it all. The play of light on the trees, a spider web wet with dew, the subtle messages from within. More and more now, I can simply be a part of what is. I am happier, healthier. I am a better mother to my children. When they spill the milk or come to me crying, my first thought now is, this too shall pass. More and more, everything is becoming a show to me, a show in technicolor. And another little quote. Everything passes, and what remains of former times, what remains of life, is the spiritual. In everything we do, the claim of the absolute is unchanging. By Paul Klee. So funny that that little passage I opened very much in relation to our very long to-do lists, all the rushing around, and perhaps yoga does allow us to be more mindful, to observe the dew on a spider's web or the light on a tree. So just have some quiet time now, and maybe let your mind meander through the beauty of nature and the images that come into your mind, that you can hone in on just the real beautiful aspects that we perhaps overlook day to day. Very gently, we're going to just bring our awareness back. So having a few deep breaths. And just becoming aware of how you're feeling. Perhaps just starting to move fingers and toes. Feel the movement in your body. Perhaps let your head rock from side to side, nice and slowly. Coming back into your day. So if you're lying down, just hug your knees in. Have a gentle rock and a stretch here. And noticing how you're feeling. Are you ready for your day or resistant to come out of your yoga practice? Just observe where you are and how you feel. Is this something you're looking forward to a bit later on? And if there isn't something, then you can create it. So rolling up to seated when you're ready. And even if there isn't something that you can think of, maybe you can just look outside and see something that you would never normally look at and observe. So when you're ready, just bringing your hands together. Om Shanti. Namaste.